Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we're going to cover over some reminders on things that you'll want to do before maintenance time comes up this week. Now, there's a lot of stuff going away this week that's pretty important, pretty special. There's some things that you don't want to miss out on, so be sure to check it out here. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. So one of the very first things I want to mention to you all this week that's going to be coming to an end is going to be the Renewed Resilience SG Scratch. Now, the reason I want to mention this one first is because everybody pretty much always gets a hold of selector tickets for these. So you probably, like me, you probably have a couple of these selector tickets. So you want to make sure you go through this SG scratch here and you want to select out some things with it before the ticket's gone. Because once the maintenance time comes, this ticket's going to expire and you won't be able to actually use it any longer, so you'll just miss out. Now, saying that, if you have been actually scratching on it too, just make sure you go through and just kind of pick anything that you want. It's going to be your last chance. There was a pretty cool emote inside of here. I just didn't like it for 1500 star gems, but this is in here in case if this is something you're interested in. Just kind of go through and check out some of the prize listing stuff here. I did want to mention, whenever it comes to the SG scratch in particular, if you go down to the very bottom down here, you can see a lot of things here that say display end, and these are actually things that are going to be expiring. So if you go to use your selector ticket, make sure you check these display end things here first, and that way so you can see if there's any of these that are going away that you want to get, because all the rest of the stuff here actually just kind of stays in the rotation. All this stuff that doesn't say display end, it's still going to be here whenever the new scratch rolls in. Now, going along with this SG scratch that's going away, the reason that I mentioned that too is also the mission pass is going to be coming to an end. So you can see here the NGS mission pass 30 season 31. This is actually going to be coming to an end as well. So this is going to be your last chance to claim any of your prizes in here or get your tiers like progressed and stuff like that. And in particular, whenever it comes to tier 20 on these mission passes, you always get a selector ticket for the SG scratch that's currently going on. Like right here on tier 20, you get Renewed Resilience ticket, so you can actually select something from that SG scratch there. So just make sure you go through. It's going to be your last chance to progress any of these tiers. Like I mentioned, up here in the top left, you can actually go to purchase tier, and you can purchase tiers for star gems, just in case if you really have to. It's 25 star gems per tier, so that is an option in case if there's something you want to get a hold of and you just can't get there yet. Now, also, I want to mention too, if you go up here to the top left, you can go to previous season, and it's a good idea just to take like a quick peek here at the previous season, NGS season 30. So just in case if you have anything in here that you haven't claimed yet, so the previous seasons always come here to where you can actually still claim stuff. You just can't progress the tiers any longer. So it will be your last chance to claim the stuff that's inside of here too. See, look at this. I've got something in here I haven't claimed yet. I'm actually reminding myself here while reminding you all. Look at this. I didn't claim these arms refiners, so I almost missed out on these. I forgot I was going to give these to my multi-ship characters. So yeah, just make sure you go through. Here's a prime example of make sure you don't have any unclaimed rewards on here. There's anything that you're going to miss. Okay, so there is another really important thing I want to point out here for you all. Is going to be the treasure scratch. Now this treasure scratch will be going away, so this will be your last chance to use any of the tickets that you have. It'll be a last chance for you to go through the prize listing and try to get any of the stuff that you can. Now, in particular, I wanted to point out that when you're scratching on this, you hit a frequency bonus, or it gives you a selector ticket, which allows you to pick anything that you want to. So I'm going to point out for you all the very best thing in here that you can get a hold of. Well, really, it's going to be two things, I suppose. One would be, one of the best items would be the personal shop use 3 days, only if you're a type of person that's usually a free player. If you don't normally have premium and you don't normally have access to a shop, then this would kind of be a no-brainer. This is going to be extremely good for you, of course. You know, a personal shop 3-day ticket, it's always good to have. Now, if you normally do have access to a shop and everything, though, I would strongly advise getting this preset skill enhanced success substitute level 2 item here. This is probably one of the most valuable items in the entire scratch listing here, because this actually allows you to take a weapon from fix a 1 to fix a 2, or from fix a 2 to fix a 3. Ideally, that's what you would be using it for. You should be using it for taking a weapon from fix a 2 to fix a 3. Or an armor too. It would work on that either way. One of the best uses for it would be like taking like a wing guard weapon, for example, from fix a 2 to fix a 3. You wouldn't actually have to have another wing guard fix a 2 in order to do that. This substitute item here would make it work at 100% success rate. So it's extremely important. Make sure you do that. Now, there is another choice on things that you could do with your treasure scratch tickets if you wanted to. If you're not interested in scratching on it, I think it's very worthwhile to scratch on, by the way, but I just do want to point out there is no star gems inside of the scratch, right? And it does have a lot of like junky stuff inside of there too. I think it's still very worth. I think you should scratch on it, but just in case if you don't want to, there is another choice of things that you could do with your tickets here. If you go to the recycle shop menu here, you can go down here towards the bottom, and there's actually a special scratch ticket option right here, and you could actually take your treasure scratch tickets here, and you could actually recycle those in if you wanted to. And every 2 of those tickets would turn into 1 special scratch ticket, which in turn, the special scratch gives you star gems and eventually a selector ticket to where you can select 100 star gems and stuff like that. So it is a little bit of a trade-off. You can possibly get a hold of some good stuff from the treasure scratch, or if you just don't want the RNG on it, you can go over here and you can turn it in and it's going to get you solid star gems in return too. So that is a little bit of an option I wanted to share with y'all. So something else that will be going away with the current maintenance coming up is going to be the Noble Shadows AC scratch. So if you have been scratching on this, make sure you use your selector ticket that you had to pick something from the prize listing here. And it's going to be your last chance to pick up on some of this stuff while it's still a decent price in the player shops. Most of the stuff will go up in price. There's some pretty good emotes inside of here. There was some really good costumes inside of here, some other things, a couple of like motions and different stuff like that. Now, whenever it came to the outfits that was inside of the scratch here too, you could actually like hide like the base wear and stuff on this. So you could actually hide the skirt. So it's actually like some slick leather pants. I thought these costumes was pretty cool. So this will be your last chance to get these while they're still in rotation. I'm sure they'll be revived later on in the future again, but they're probably going to go up in price quite a bit, I would imagine. Now, whenever it comes to these outfits inside the scratch, my friend Korone, she does have a video showcasing off the differences between these, a bit of a color guide of sorts, showing you what pieces can be colored and what pieces can be like hidden and stuff like that. So I'm going to leave a link in the video description below to Korone's outfit showcase video so y'all can check it out. So there is another Arks record ranking going on currently that you want to make sure that you go out and do a run of. So if you open up your menu and you go to personal, then the Arks records, random challenge records, found over here in SEGA region is the Helical line solo. So as always, if you have characters in multiple ships, make sure you do a run per ship because it's an individual ranking reward. Just doing 1 run of this will get you a participation reward. If you possibly try to go like really hard on it, you might get like silver or gold. Now the way that you would find that, if you open up your world map, you can find it right over here in the SEGA region over in Medulla Outer Area 1. It's the Helical line cocoon right here next to us that you can see. Right here down to the side of the volcano up there. Okay, so this part of the video, we're going to go ahead and go over those static weekly trades on things that you should be doing every single week, things that are going to be expiring before maintenance time comes. We repeat these every week trying to remind you on things that you want to trade in for. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to go to the NPC architect here. You can find her at the beginning of any major city, and she has a Genesis Points trade shop here. And the Genesis Points trade shop that she has, I would suggest trading in for these different TA customization disc Bs here for customizing your photon arts. And as well, one of the really important ones I want to mention is the master fragments here. So she has a trade for master fragments. You can get 5 of these a week from her, which in turn, whenever you have 10 of these, it turns into an N master cube, allowing you to roll your level 20 skill add-ons, which is extremely important. You really kind of want to get all your skill add-ons to level 20 in time. It's a lot of extra quality of life. It's a lot of extra damage. It's really nice having that. It's a lot of extra HP and stuff. Now from there, we're going to go ahead and go to the first shop on the left inside of Central City, and that's going to be over here at the Item Trader Travis. Now the Item Trader Travis has several things that we're going to be hitting. It's going to be the item recycle first, and you want to make sure that you trade in for your rare drop rate 100% tickets here. You can get 10 of these a week, and as well you also want to trade in for these add preset skill level 1 things. You can get 3 of these a week, and also you want to go to item exchange, and down here at the bottom of item exchange you trade in for 3 of these in augmentation success rate 10% boosters. This allows you to augment with a higher chance. Then you also want to go to Arks Circuit Badge Exchange here and trade in for your weekly star gems here. And as well you can also go to item exchange Stian towards the middle of the screen here. If you need them, you can get a hold of like EX cubes and class cubes and arms refiners here. You have limited amounts of these per week that you can get too. And as well, a really important one is going to be the Aegis Integra exchange. Towards the bottom down here, you want to make sure that you always trade in for all the different Aegis souls and the Dominos and stuff like that. These allow you to make Halfinale, which in turn can make Lux Halfinale, which is currently one of the strongest augments in the whole game, so it's very important to get a hold of that. It sells for a lot of money too. And as well, I'm going to mention the Giga Strugman exchange here. You can trade in for more of those TA customization disc B from here. Also the Growthman exchange, you can trade in for more of those TA customization disc B here too. And lastly, I'm going to mention the Dread Scale exchange. Make sure you trade in for the TA customization disc Omni here. You can get 1 of these a week as well. And then from there, we're going to go down the street to the last shop on the right instead of Central City. That's going to be at the Item Enhancement Lab. Now at the Item Enhancement Lab at the bottom down here are other enhancement materials exchange. You can trade in weekly here for Gold Prim Sword 2 and Armor 2 here. You can also trade in for some of these Photon Chunk 2A and B in case if you need some of these for unlocking potential 6 on your weapon. Now from there, we're going to go ahead and go up the stairs here of the Tower of Central City, and that's going to be the Alliance Activity Support NPC Tim. Now Tim has Alliance tasks, and if you're doing Alliance tasks, he gives you Alliance badges, and in turn you can use those Alliance badges to trade in for weekly Genesis points, star gems, and as well you can also get a hold of triggers here. Sometimes these have value, sometimes they're cheap, sometimes they're worth a lot. Okay, now for the last part of the video, we're going to be going back to base PSO2 to trade in for weekly star gems via the casino and also the Buster Metal exchange. Now you do have to have PSO2 downloaded separately from NGS. It is a separate DLC, but it is completely free. So I would definitely suggest getting a hold of it. You get a lot of extra stuff from base PSO2. Now the way that you would access it, if you go to any rear in the game and you go to block transfer, up the very top is the option for transfer to a base PSO2 block. Okay, so upon logging into base PSO2, it puts you here in the middle of the Ark ship lobby. If you turn around, you can go to an elevator right here, which will take you to the shopping plaza. Then from there, if you jump down off of this balcony and you turn around, you'll be facing the entrance of the casino right here. Now up to the left of the stairs of the entrance of the casino is a Buster Metal Exchange metal barterer up here. So if you come to this lady, this NPC, she has exchanged Buster Metals for limited time items. Right here you can trade up for 100 star gems a week. You need Buster Metals to do this, which you can get from inside of the Cradle of Darkness trigger. They updated it to where it drops Buster Metals. Now you get the Cradle of Darkness trigger via the Alliance shop in base PSO2. A lot of people tend to start them up at the counter and you can just join them freely. But we're going to go ahead and run inside of the casino here, and we're going to show you the trade that's up inside of here. So upon coming into the casino, if you run over to the left, there's a prize attendant Chip right here, and Chip has limited exchange here for weekly star gems. Now this is per ship too, so if you have characters on multiple ships, you can actually trade them for star gems per week here. Now you do have to have casino coins in order to get a hold of these star gems here. So if it's your first time at the casino, there's an NPC right here that has some like games that you can play and stuff, and he'll give you some coins. But one of the ways I like to do it, if you have some friends, bring them in here and get them to play this Masetan shooter game that's right here in the middle of the room. It's a 4-player game. It's pretty fun. Gives you a lot of coins. Now, if you have casino coin passes, you can take them to this Bull Dragon machine here. In the Bull Dragon machine, you can spin, and he'll spit out some random value of coins at you. And you can see here, we got some coins here. He gave us 500 coins. He can actually give you like up to 500 per pass too, which is pretty nice. Now, another way to get a hold of these is via doing daily orders back in base PSO2, and I'm going to show you that real quick. It's the best way to do it. So here we are back in the main Ark ship lobby, and if you run over to the left over here, you can see that there's a daily order attendant. Now, this daily order attendant, she usually has like collect and gather orders down here at the bottom. And like some of these would just be like harvesting or fishing instead of like free fields. And I like to do these the most because you can like stock up these items. There is other dailies in here which is like pretty easy sometimes, and sometimes they're hard. It just depends. Some of them's like just kill random enemies and stuff. But you can see this item here, this Las Vegas lettuce is the one that I just now grabbed, right? And you can see that on the middle of the screen there, I have 104 of those. I'm going to go ahead and opt to turn this in, but it's going to try to get me to turn in all of them. I can adjust the value to turn in one. And I'm going to do that, and I'm going to turn it in, and it's going to clear a daily order for me. So when I back out, it pops up I've completed a daily order, giving me 5 casino coin passes, which is a minimum of 500 casino coins, if not more. Now I could quickly log out, log back in on another character, and I could turn in another one of those Vegas lettuces on another character, and I could get another set of casino coin passes. And I could do that for every character I have, just within a matter of minutes, just getting tons of casino coins, which in turn turns into those weekly star gems. Okay, so that's going to wrap it up for the video. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Stay safe and have a wonderful day, friends. I'll see you all in the next one.